Hey, good morning. It's nice to see you all. It is a rainy Saturday morning where I am, but I'm grateful to be here, and I'm grateful to bring this opportunity to use Qigong again into your life. You guys, Qigong is like the secret weapon. So exercise is exercise, but Qigong is like soul food. I mean, it's actually, you're actually opening the acupuncture meridians. You're actually nourishing the cells. You're actually strengthening the organ systems. You're clearing out toxins. You can literally clear out organisms, like parasitic organisms. You can change the entire frequency of the body. And in doing so, we can actually literally have an instantaneous shift. I mean, it is that powerful. This is the reason why this is here, because there is nothing like it. There's nothing that can match it in my experience. I will say, like, Tai Chi and forms of yoga can, but a lot of yoga that's out there, you guys, it's been adulterated. It's not in the tradition of healing. It's in the tradition of exercise. And that is not the same thing. Healing and exercise are two very different activities. So we do Qigong because it gives us a chance to connect with our body. It gives us a chance to take part in the healing process. You literally, like, doing Qigong is equivalent to going and getting acupuncture. So you have a tool at your disposal that is the equivalent, can be the equivalent. Like, if you dive into it, if you use it that way, it can be the equivalent of you going and laying on someone's table and getting acupuncture, once a week, twice a week. So if you do Qigong 3 times a week, literally it's like you went and got 3 acupuncture sessions. Think about that. I mean, doing that could save you, most acupuncturists charge like $100 a session. I mean, it could save you $300 a week. And that's the value of it to you guys. So I want you to really connect with that. It is a simple tool. Honestly, it's not complex, but it is a simple tool, and it matters so much. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do the shaking. We're definitely going to do the shaking. And then we're going to do parts of the yin yang shen zheng kai he gong, the yin yang open close up down qigong. And then we're going to do a little bit of qigong walking. I think I can manage to do that in here and have you guys still hear me. I'm going to try to work with it because, I got logistics of cameras and whatnot. But the walking is a really cool activity that you can do anywhere. You can do like a modified Qigong walking, like even if you're outside going for a walk, and it'll actually restore the connection between your circuits, really build your kidney Qi, really build your spleen Qi, and dramatically enhance your energy. Like, if you're having a stressful day and you stop and do 5 minutes of Qigong walking, it's like you feel that decompression, like, and then you can resume your day and you feel strong. Like, you can feel your body like reconnect. Like, I got this. Okay, I'm not carrying that with me. Because that's kind of what happens. Like, we carry the crud with us when we have stressful events, or people are stressful to us, or things like that happen. Like, we tend to start to carry it with us, and then we get stuck. So we're trying to avoid that. That's why we're here. That's why we do Qigong. So let's get into that place. Let's get into that stillness. We're going to do a little bit of the shaking might be a little bit shorter today. I do have a tendency, if I'm teaching it to people, my shaking tends to go long. When I do it myself, I probably spend 20 minutes shaking. And certainly if you haven't done it in a while, spending 20 minutes shaking would be a good idea. But, even 10 minutes, my teacher used to say, look, stop for 10 minutes and maybe don't do each of the organ systems, but kind of do a more generalized view. So you can do that too. So I want you guys, bring your feet together so your toes are touching. You can see my feet this time. And, bring your arms to your sides. Let them dangle. And you're going to probably want to close your eyes. I want you to turn inward. The intent here is to connect with our body. We are getting into our body, feeling that magic, feeling that connection. That's why we're here. So your feet are close together, toes are touching, shoulders are down, head is dangling from the sky. You feel your arms just kind of floating at your sides. And you take a moment and you come to this moment. I often greet this moment with gratitude. I also often dedicate a declaration to my body and to the universe that supplies me with chi. I am here to connect and surrender. I am here to feel into my body and to be present in this one moment and all the healing available to me right now. Feeling that stillness in the silence. Now, when you're ready, taking a step to the right, your feet should be about shoulder width apart. Our head is still dangling from the sky. Our shoulders are still down. Our knees are slightly bent. You never want to lock your knees. Now we're going to take a breath in and our arms are going to float up. You might come up onto your toes, and then you're going to let yourself come down and start shaking. Your arms are bouncing because you're not trying to control them. The shaking is coming from your knees. If you want, you can come up onto your toes. You go at the pace that feels good to your body. When we're tired, when we're inflamed, gentle shaking feels better. Sometimes though, we're in a more rigorous space and we really want to do we want to shake like this. Sometimes if you've had a lot of stress, that might be how you want to do it. You might want to really get into it. That's fine. But on a general basis every day, this is enough. This will get you there. So close your eyes and turn yourself inward and connect with your body. We're starting with the space around our body. That field, it extends feet around you. Feel into that field. Feel where it's restricted. Feel if it's stuck. And then we use our mantra, ice to water, water to gas. Feel it expand and shift and change. Feel how that brings you into that depth of connection. Feel what that would be like to walk into a room and have that field all clear and open, extend ahead of you, and lovingly interact with the people there. How would that change your interactions? How would that change what happens next? It'd be huge. It'd be awesome. Now we move into our skin layer. Skin is your largest organ. It has your pores. They connect you to the world around you. Shaking into your skin, ice to water, water to gas. And then going into the next layer deeper. This is the fat layer. We have a lot of restrictions here, a lot of collected emotions and toxins, but we can change that in an instant. So shake into that layer, ice to water, water to gas. Feeling it transform, feeling it change, seeing it change. Feel your body's willingness to change in an instant. It's been waiting for this minute, this moment in your life. It's been waiting for it. Moving into the connective tissue, wraps around all the muscles, links together structures in your body. So important, and also such another repository of emotions and toxins. Shaking into it, ice to water, water to gas. And then moving into that muscle layer. Muscles control everything. You might think of your muscles and think of your big muscles, like your biceps and your triceps and your quads, but you have little muscles that are controlling your breathing, that are stabilizing your spine, that are moving the blood back to you, that are moving your digestive system. I mean, your body has all kinds of beautiful tiny muscles. So call out to that layer. Hey, muscle layer, ice to water, water to gas. And then moving into the joints. Your joints are a heavy layer associated with the kidney. Kidney is about longevity. That's why as we age, if our joints get stiff, we age poorly. Ice to water, water to gas. And into the bone layer, again associated with the kidney. Feel that hard, outer, lovely, strong structure of the bones. Shake into it, ice to water, water to gas. And then moving into the marrow, producer of our blood cells, so important, soft, nourishing. The brain is part of this system, ice to water, water to gas. And moving into the organ systems, we're going to start at the lung. Keep shaking, keep letting your arms dangle and bounce. Keep moving from your knees. You might even occasionally want to like up the intensity and then quiet it down. Moving into your lungs, ice to water, water to gas. Your lungs color is like polished metal, that sort of whitish silver. The image is the mountains, high mountains with the clouds at the top. Moist, stillness. The lungs send that chi down to the rest of the body. They have a huge distribution job. When we have lung problems, it's because of stagnation and stagnant emotions and the inability of the body to move the chi. So we shake into the lungs. So we get back to that descending motion, ice to water, water to gas. And moving to the heart system, starting with the pericardium. Pericardium is the sac that protects the heart physically, but then also from an emotional realm, it is like the rice paper screen that allows our consciousness to sit quietly, not disturbed. So shake into the pericardium from the physical side, ice to water, water to gas. And then into the heart muscle itself. Feeling that beautiful red muscle, all that perpetual strength, all that life force. Feel how it connects out to the veins and arteries too, and shaking into it, ice to water, water to gas. And then shaking into the heart system as the house of the Shen, the temple of the consciousness, and bringing your spirit into the process. Seeing that temple quiet and still, beautiful and serene, letting your thoughts emanate from that place, ice to water, water to gas. And then moving into the diaphragm, the big disc of muscle at the base of the lungs. So important, separates the upper from the middle. But this is where a lot of our emotions also get stuck when we have a lot of fear, worry, settles in the diaphragm, shaking into that diaphragm, ice to water, water to gas. And moving into the liver, the right side, under the rib cage, color is green, like all this awesome green newness in our springtime right now. This is a time where you can really tap into the healing powers of the liver. Shaking into that liver, ice to water, water to gas. The liver has a tendency to contract. When you shake into it, you may feel it kind of almost like stretch and expand. That's good. Shaking into the stomach. As you do, call out, I want all that good stomach acid to be produced. The stomach's color is yellow. You shake into it, just invoke in that awesome digestion, strength and power in that system, ice to water, water to gas. And then moving into the pancreas and the spleen, ice to water, water to gas, also yellow. Earth organ networks, like good soil, takes the body and takes care of the alchemy of food. It's so awesome. So loving into that spleen, because the spleen gets injured by sitting and thinking too much, by being worried, by being focused so much in our head. And the spleen, when that happens, can't help the flesh, can't help the digestion, can't help the heart make blood. So shaking into it with love and compassion. Thank you to my spleen, ice to water, water to gas. And into the small intestine, lower pair to the heart. Color is red, like jeweled red. This is our second brain. This is our consciousness in action in our gut. Ice to water, water to gas. And into the large intestine, lower pair to the lungs. So the color is that whitish silver of polished metal. Large intestine wants to be empty, wants to be moist. Shaking into it, allowing for that to be ice to water, water to gas. And into the kidney, deepest layer of the body. Color is midnight blue, almost black, like a deep ocean, stores the essential chi of our longevity. Shaking into the kidneys, shaking into the bladder at the same time, ice to water, water to gas. Moving into the ovaries, ice to water, water to gas. And into the uterus and the cervix, ice to water, water to gas. These systems have all these organ systems in them, all the colors, because all the channels traverse this area. Now, going to the space above your head, we always shake into this space above the crown of the head. There's a point at the top of the head called Bai Hui, and it connects us on the governing vessel, the governing meridian. And this connects to the above. So we as human beings are uniquely situated, connected above and below. And this is our space above. The more you open this, the more you get that information from the clarity of above. It clears your thoughts, centers your consciousness, quiets your mind. Ice to water, water to gas. And then moving into that crown of the head, the Bai Hui, opening that allows for settling of the mind, clearing of the consciousness, easing of anxiety, easing of stress, ice to water, water to gas. And moving into the occiput, the bone at the base of the skull. So much tension here for some people. Shaking into that can ease it, open it up, tell your body it doesn't have to work that way. And moving into the first cervical vertebra, there are 7 here. So the one that we begin with is up against the base of the skull. Ice to water, water to gas. And then C2 and C3 and C4 and C5 and C6 and C7. And then we move into the chest and the upper back through the thoracic spine. There are 12 vertebrae here. T1, T2. Here, every time, just have that image of melting ice to water, water to gas. T3, T4, T5, T6, T7, T8, T9, T10, T11, T12, and then moving into the lower back, the lumbar spine. There are 5 vertebrae here. L1, these are big, beautiful vertebrae, form the base of your spine. L2, L3, L4, L5, and into the sacrum, the triangle-shaped bone that makes up the area above the crease in your butt, and into the coccyx, which is your tailbone, and into the bones that make up the pelvis, the ilium and ischium. They're here. Ice to water, water to gas. So many issues for so many women in the pelvis. Shaking into the pelvis allows for transformation. Shaking into the hip joint. Imagine it being strong, those bones being strong and stable. And into the knees. How awesome are our knees? Ice to water, water to gas. And into our ankles. ice to water, water to gas, and all the way out to our toes. And then to the bottom of our feet. Of course, this is where the kidney channel begins. This is kidney 1 here, but it also connects us to the space underneath us. So after you shake into the bottom of the feet, shake into the space under your feet, that earth, that ground. Let your roots extend down. Let yourself connect there, ice to water, water to gas. Over time, when you do this, you'll start to almost feel a warmth spreading up the inside of your legs. That's those channels opening up. Going back to the space above your head, ice to water, water to gas. And into Bai Hui, into that GB20. And then into the occiput again. And into that first cervical vertebra, ice to water, water to gas. And the second one, and the third one, and the fourth one, and the fifth one, and the sixth, and the seventh. Come out to these areas on the top of your shoulders. So much tension here for so many people. You can even tap them as you shake into them, you know, kind of, and invoke that ice to water, water to gas. Shake into your thyroid, shake into the front of your neck. Shake into your face. Ice to water, water to gas. And into your shoulders. Ice to water, water to gas. And your elbows, and your wrists, and your hands all the way to your fingertips. It's all transforming right now. Ice to water, water to gas. And then anything that's left, honestly, guys, like you can shake, you know, move around. You're just kind of connecting with your body. Where's the last stuck spots? Where do you feel restricted? Where do you need movement? Awesome. And just kind of taking a last minute, give it a little shake. And when you feel ready, kind of, it's like a gentle slowing down. Not an abrupt stop. You just let the movement dissipate until you're still. Now the outside is silent and the inside has motion. And you can feel that difference. The movement inside of you is that chi, that life force, that energy of healing, that force of transformation. This is the same force that makes the universe. This is the same force that gives you life. And now you can feel it. This is your body in healing. This is your body in action. So we're going to do a little bit of the transition, or what's called the transition. And it balances the up and down. It balances the left and right. And lets us have that equilibrium that we're looking to create in our body. So when we start with this yin yang shen zheng kai he gong form, our feet are about shoulder width apart. Now, I don't know if you can see, but see how my feet are sort of off to the side, like my toes, if I bring them up and I curl them to the ground, and then my knees come out and my feet are kind of on the edges. So your knees are kind of out, but your toes are in. So first we're going to stand in universe stance. You guys, you can have your knees bent as much as is comfortable. I vary literally day to day for myself, depending on how I feel or what else I've been doing. So it can be deep like this, or it can be shallow like this. So there's no wrong way to do it. The point is to bring your presence to this moment and stand. So position your feet, bend your knees, have your knees angle out, and let's bring our arms up with an inhale. So open, turn your palms, open and exhale, and bring your arms up. Turn your palms and bring them down. And as you do, you can kind of sink into those knees. Your back is straight. Your shoulders are down. Bring your arms up in front. Your elbows are down. Your hands are relaxed and facing you. Your head is dangling from the sky. You're leaning against the big mountain behind you. Your arms are encircling the big tree in front of you. And your roots are extending deep into the earth so that you are balanced and fed and nourished and able to be here in the stillness, in this moment. I am in the universe. The universe is within me. Standing is effortless. Standing is healing. Standing is true cell rest. From this space, all healing is possible. You want to solve deep exhaustion, spend some time every day standing in this stance, connecting yourself to the universe, allowing yourself to be fully present and nourished and held. And your exhaustion will transform and your body will heal. Now we're going to transition out, and we do that by taking a breath in and opening our hands, and then taking a breath in as your hands come up, turning your palms and coming down. Now we're going to do that transition 7 times, slightly exaggerated. This is the first movement in the Yin Yang Shen Zheng Kai He Gong. Breathing in, turning your palms with a big chest opening. Breathing in and bringing things down and sinking. So breathing in, turn your palms and open them while exhaling. Breathing in and turning your palms and coming down. Breathing in, turning your palms and opening your chest. And breathing in, turning your palms and coming down. Two more. Opening your arms. One more. Now one gentle one, because the move itself has 7, and then we transition. So one more, breathing in, but more gentle. Opening your palms, breathing in. Hold on one second. Sorry, the door got opened. Breathing in, opening your palms, breathing in, and then letting your arms come down. And then we're going to float back up into universe stance. Toes are in, knees are bent, knees are out, shoulders are down, head is dangling from the sky, arms float up, back is straight. You're leaning against the mountain behind you. Your head is dangling from the sky. The big tree is in front of you. Your feet are rooted in the earth. I am in the universe. The universe is within me. Standing is effortless. Letting yourself surrender. Letting yourself let go. Every moment here is a moment where your cells return to an antenna state, where they find that place of balance, where all the information they need is fed to them, where your spirit expands into your body and feeds you in your entirety. This is why we stand here. This is why we do that. Getting ready to transition, take a breath in, open your palms, breathe in, raise your arms, turn your palms, come back down. Now you can just stop here for a moment. Keep your knees kind of bent. We're going to move into the walking. Just kind of taking a minute to settle with your body. Feeling how your system feels. Your legs might be a little bit warm from having stood in horse stance. That's awesome. So we're going to do, that's the next time we're actually going to add the next section to that form. I was going to do it today, but my instinct told me that we needed to do a little bit of walking. I know there's a lot of tired people out there. So we're going to do the walking today and then add the next portion next time. So I'm going to show you what the step looks like and do it in the arena so you can hear my microphone as best as I can. And then we're just going to take a few minutes. Now, you don't need a big space to do the walking. So wherever you're at in your house or wherever you are today, you can do this by just working in a small circle. If you can, it's great to go outside. So after you learn it, go outside and do it. We're going to do the walking, and then we're going to store all this chi that we've generated. So it looks something like this. We're going to do the simplest form today of the walking. So you take your palms, you close them, you put your thumbs on the outside of your first finger. Your purpose is you're closing this point. This is your pericardium point. Now, you're closing this so you can capture the chi, and this also brings the consciousness into your heart, because that pericardium point has a lot to do with how your consciousness is in your heart. So your arms go to your sides like this, just dangling. Hands, keep them closed, keep that point sealed. Now all you need to do, and I'll lift up my pant leg, the step looks something like this. Your toes grab the earth as if you were walking on grass and your intent was to pull grass out with your toes as you took your step. So it's like this. It's a forceful action. I'm pulling the grass out with my toes. And as you do so, that forceful action like brings your knee up, you know, just kind of like a quick, not super sudden, but quick movement. And so when you're walking this way, you take the step and you kind of open the hip and set the foot down. You take the step and open the hip and set the foot down. So it looks like this. I think you can still hear me, sort of. So I start from a neutral position. You should feel and hear your toes like brushing your carpet. Now, the goal is that you do this with your eyes facing forward. You let your mind clear and you find your rhythm. There is a rhythm that comes where suddenly the universe and you are propelling yourself. This is the way that the Taoist scholars would walk, and many of them spent their lives wandering. And they would walk hundreds of miles in this fashion because it was not expending energy. It was a movement-based prayer that kept them connected. It's a lot like how the Apache are able to run a couple hundred miles because they do so in a way that connects them to the universal currents of qi that provide endless sources of energy that go far beyond the physical. When you do this walking and your palms are closed, what happens is that you are collecting that qi. Your hands already should be quite warm from having it closed like this thus far. And when we do this repeatedly, what happens is you're collecting that qi. So this is a way to gather energy in the middle of the day. So I'm going to do it in this circle. You may not be able to hear me, but just to show you. And then then we're going to take just a few minutes and I want you to practice this. I like to do it around the rug because it gives me something to walk around, but this is what it looks like. So you can start just doing it like that. So let's take a few minutes, do a circuit, you know, wherever you are in your space. I'm going to do two circuits of my rug. So you do 2 circuits of whatever your space looks like, and then we'll come back to the center. You should feel the qi really making you warm. So Notice how your body feels. You actually should be warm. Your hands should be sweaty. I do not want you to open them. That is key because this is qi that you've cultivated here. When you open the hands, you allow that qi to leave without being replaced or stored. And the goal of this is to build the qi so that you have a reserve supply. So I'm going to have you do another circuit, just like we did, and then we're going to do final closing. We're going to store this qi. I want you to pay attention to your body and notice, am I doing this like with my shoulders tight? Am I doing it where I'm holding tension? And if you are, connect your consciousness to that and see if you can quiet that. Let's do another circuit. Now this exercise builds your kidney qi. You actually should feel warmth in your back when you do this. That's a sign that you're connecting. So if you didn't feel that this time, I want you to set aside some time to do some walking this week. Now, you can do this outside with a little bit less exaggeration, and it would look like this. So you can modify a little bit. It feels funny to be outside. But the intent is, there is an intent in sinking in and raising the foot and moving the hip out. It actually helps activate the kidney, strengthen the pelvis, improve the spleen qi. So now we're going to store the qi that we generated. And final storage always looks the same, at least with me. So I want you to bring your feet together so your toes are touching. I still don't want your hands open, not yet. So I want you to bring your hands, I want you to rest them on your kidneys. And that should feel lovely. The warmth there should be just absolutely amazing. Now I want you to bring your hands out from your hips, and we're gathering the 10,000 things. Remember what they are. Those are the molecules of creation. It's like you're scooping them. Your right hand ends up closest to your body, left hand on the outside. As you bring your hands closer to you, it's as if there's a tiny pellet in the palm of your right hand, and all of these molecules of creation, these 10,000 things, are compressing into that little pellet. And as you approach your belly button, your hand rests finally on your belly button, and that pellet goes inside of you. And I often feel that recognition of those 10,000 things interacting with every cell in my body like stardust. And then compressing back into that pellet, and the pellet is stored in your lower dantian, in the space between your belly button and your pubic bone, the territory of the kidney. So it settles in there and adds to every other pellet you've ever collected doing this kind of healing work. Now we're going to bring our hands out to the sides, and we're going to bring them up above our head. I don't think you can see that, into a prayer position. And we're going to put our palms together, bring them down our body. And you're going to stop in front of the heart. And then you're going to rub your palms together until you get lots of friction, lots of heat. And when you have tons of heat, I want you to swallow that qi from your right hand. And then cover your eyes with your palms. Just take a minute, let the warmth melt into your eyes, dissolving everything that isn't you, dissolving how you see the world, maybe with judgment, dissolving what shines forth from you into others, opening that up, softening it. I always set the intention that my gaze would match my consciousness, and that would be what people would see through my eyes. Now, washing the face with your palms. It's called washing the face of the Jade Buddha. This is actually a beauty exercise as well as a healing one, letting all that chi lovingly penetrate your skin to your ears and your neck and your head and your throat. Now bringing your palms in front of your head. So your right hand is like this, and then you place your left hand on the outside of it and coming down the front to the space below the belly button, the lower dantian. This is the territory of the kidney. This is where our longevity chi is stored. Feeling that warmth. This territory is like a big, deep blue ocean. This warmth is like a sun over that ocean, warming it to its depths. This is the juxtaposition of yin and yang. Yin is the deep water, yang is the heat. So yin is needed to cultivate yang, and yang is needed to cultivate yin. And we store this chi here so we can build that balance. You should feel the warmth penetrating all the way to your back. And we store this here, and it helps us balance our hormones, improve our energy, clear our mind, settle our spirit, improve our metabolism, increase the sensitivity of our cells to nutrients and hormones and messages. And it allows us to age gracefully. Feeling that warmth penetrate, feel how good that feels. Giving gratitude. When you're ready, sliding your hands along your hips like this, closing the palms like you did when you were walking, and letting your hands dangle at your sides. Just taking a moment, that deep recognition, how awesome is your body? How cool is it that you just got free energy? How cool is it that you just set in motion restoration and strength to the kidneys and the spleen? How cool is it that you learned how to feel more of that chi in your body, and you went one layer deeper than you did last time? This is what it's all about. This is why we do this. When you're ready, opening your palms, opening your eyes. That finishes today's session. I want you guys to practice some walking this week. Give yourself that gift. It is profoundly impactful. Allow yourself to experience that. Make sure that you at least find a way to store the chi. So even if you forget, how to do all of that, bring your hands to your lower abdomen and let the heat after you do the walking settle in, even if just for a moment. Because if you think about it, this is the life force that does all creation. If we don't respect that, then it cannot serve us. So it's all about, again, deepening that communication with my body, with the universe, with my spirit, and having it all get expansively bigger every single day. So I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. Reach out with your questions. Post how you've been experiencing your walking on the Facebook page, and I will see you next time.